Really?
Well, the Navy's full of country music. At least it was when I was in the Navy. That was when they had wooden ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first radio gig that I tried out for was on a hot AC, right, which is more like pop music or whatever. And they listened to my accent and they're like, "Are you kidding me? You are not going in on that station." So they put me on a country station where I stayed for most of my radio life, and then they put me on a classic rock station, sent me to classes to get rid of my accent. So I know how to get rid of it. But then I'm like, why would I? And my sister's totally different than me, right? So she's the one that's, she acts fancy about everything that she does. She's the one that in high school, we didn't have a lot of money. So she had one pair of Guess jeans. I've told y'all the story. She would cut the logo off of one pair of jeans and sew it onto all of her pants so that all of her jeans were Guess jeans. So she had to do that every night. And she lived in Germany and New York, so she actually took courses to get rid of her accent. And now she just talks fake. It's like I don't know, I can't even understand her. But I kind of embrace my roots. If I sound like an old hick, that's kind of what I am. Well, we got a full house today. Welcome in, everybody. So, Dwayne, Jim is with us. Tom is with us. Matt is with us. Ken, Rick. Rick, are you live? Or are you recording today?
I'm here, sir.
All right. This is exciting. All right. Well, let's get going. Do y'all have this? I have this ominous feeling about the market, right? It's like we just can't blow past this 4,200 level, and it's just kind of sitting in, a little range, right? It's doing this little thing up and down and up and down, and we see the importance of VWAP or VWAP, however you want to pronounce it, and it just kind of, you see this little uh, lightly colored area on the E-minis here. This is the first 15-minute range, and check it out. That's all it's doing today, right? And this is one of those that I get, called into where I'll go, oh man, all I got to do is scalp, right? It's going to go from here to here and here to here. Then all of a sudden it goes boom, and it'll do something that would cause my scalping to lose money. But this is I think a scalper's delight, up and down, which is not what I do, right? It's not what we do. I just got to make sure I stay away from the gambling bug that is within my soul and loves to come on out. So, Tom, I think you'll appreciate this. He was commenting, Captain Jones was posting about, there are a few of us that I've seen that actually manages a portfolio by the Greeks. And it is important to talk about from time to time, make sure that we realize what we're doing. So, it's amazing that you can run a portfolio of $10,000 to $1 billion. Not that I've ever run $1 billion fund, but you can do it with four simple things, in my opinion. If you know your deltas, if you know your theta, if you know your vega, and you know your buying power, that's really all you need to manage an account. You don't need a lot of stuff. So, the Greeks are Greek to a lot of people, so they don't want to, learn what they're about. But really, even on a small size account, I think it's good to look at them. You always want positive theta. Now, some people will say, I want all the theta that I possibly can. Well, remember, theta is a measure of risk, right? So the more theta that you have in your account, the more risk that you're taking. And that's why we try to keep ours between, a certain percentage so that it never goes over 1% of our net lig. You never want over 1%. So if you could get to about a 0.5%, I mean, that's pretty much a sweet spot. So our spreadsheet tells us if we have the right amount of theta. Then we try to do the delta neutral. That's what I do. I try to be delta neutral with just slight negative deltas. So the pain that I've experienced in my accounts is when the market goes down. But keep in mind, I followed the Tasty Trade rules for a long time, where it was what delta of one half of your Vegas, I believe is the formula, and that was too short for me. I found out that to be too short, and I was, swimming upstream every day, and that was kind of frustrating. So I changed it a little bit to not be that short delta. I like having a little short delta, but I want my spreadsheet to tell me that I'm delta neutral. Delta neutrality is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And if I'm going to be short one delta or long one delta, I'd rather be short one delta, just a little bit, just a smidge. Then with your Vega, still most of you have not experienced the Vega blow up. And when Vega blows up, boy, does it hurt. It really hurts. And so if we can keep our Vega manageable, it's a nice place to be. So our Vega right now is a wee bit positive. As I said it was. I hate to speak. Yeah. So let's just see where we're at now. So if we're doing our checkoff list, right, we're negative 125 deltas, which is probably too much. But the market is up. So when the market goes up, my deltas get increasingly negative, which is good because, and it's counterintuitive because people say, well, on up days, that's when you sell calls. And on down days, that's when you sell puts. Not necessarily. If we manage by the Greeks, I kind of like it because market goes up, I get to sell what I really like to sell, and that's my puts. I don't like selling calls. We got two of those evil things on right now that's causing me about $700 now in unrealized losses. I don't like that. I don't like my, calls being out there. So we'll deal with them sometime this week. We need to, right? I mean, I could take one off now, which would give my deltas a little more positive. And that's another thing. How do you adjust your deltas? Well, there are a couple ways. You can put on new trades, right, to adjust your deltas, or you can take off existing trades. So I always think there's two things that you can do. You can put on new trades, or you can take off old trades. So that's how you make your adjustments, right? But look at this theta. Holy Sean, 253. It's very nice, very nice. Vega is positive, says we're down a little bit for the day. And then this is what, the detractors would say, yeah, but Bobby, look, you're down 9,400 on your existing, open positions. Well, keep in mind that I closed all of those profit. When you close profitable positions like we did on Friday, it leaves you with the rest, right? But with my Greeks and my buying power where it is, we've got time. We've got time. And that's what we are. So what we do is not flashy. It's not sexy. It's not, GME, GameStop exciting. But man, over time, I think you're going to find this is what works.
Money is exciting.
Yeah, money's exciting, right? Money's exciting. So
it's funny you say that because this morning I was negative about 100 delta. So I sold, and I loved wheel trades. So I sold a put spread on Goldman Sachs. I sold a naked put on TAN, the solar ETF. I sold puts wheel trade on Palantir just because I had so much negative delta. So I was able to do that. And then I actually closed out a losing 100 DTE iron condo. Captain Jones and I do those. And I closed it out for a loser. It was a couple $100, not a big deal, but I did it to readjust my delta, and my account's still, I have negative 41 delta right now, 482 theta. And I'm up $1,000 on the day. And I'm up $1,000 and the market's, up, and I have negative delta, all because, again, theta and everything else. I'm okay taking a loss on a trade that could readjust me back to where I am. So you don't always have to add a trade like you talk about. You can, taking one off is just as good as adding one on if it readjusts where you are.
Yeah, very good. And that theta you've got is phenomenal. That's great. Just great. And it is right. I mean, so you were able to do one of the things you really like doing, and that's wheeling, because selling a put gives you positive deltas, and you were negative, 100 deltas. So you go, hey man, this is a great day that I can, do what I love to do and do some wheels.
Yep. And that's where you get a lot of my theta anyway. And then I have a tiered SPX butterfly. So it's on tier number 3, but that thing helps with Vega and tons of theta. And so it's all good.
Nice. So yeah, so that's what we are. We're the boring folks that run portfolios by these 3 numbers and then our buying power. That's a sweet place to be. If y'all remember, y'all, I was nearing $30,000 buying power. We've been edging this down, not all together, but just one little day at a time. And it's worked out really, really nice. So let's go pop in. Hey, Tom, have you been able to use the spreadsheet yet? Have you found it helpful at all? Or is that something you intend to do, or to make your adjustments, or?
Yeah, so
Curious.
I'm tweaking it to the stuff that I trade because I don't
Yeah.
follow everything. But
Sure.
yeah, I'm tweaking it. I love, you did a lot of work on those formulas. So yeah, I like it.
Cool.
Some really great ideas in there, and yeah, I use a good chunk of it.
Awesome. So let's go in and put in our NetLick. The only reason I put in NetLick is because we like to see how some of our formulas perform with it. So what was it? 51, 103, 22. 51, 103, 22. So we're down just a little bit. No big deal. We're just turning time, waiting for our little theta to come in. All right, so let's pop it on in. My weighted. I'll try to do this quick. Negative 123, we'll say. I don't know what it is, but my computer seems to be faster today. Maybe my kids got on it. I think one of these days my kids are going to get on it and just going to blow it up. But 253 in theta. Let's see how we're doing there. 253. So it says we are at point. Look at there, y'all. How perfect is that? Right where I want to be. I get a nice big old green. Where do we want theta to be? We want it to be between 0.10% and 1%. So we're good. Vega is 116. Beautiful. So I keep saying that we're going to put some calendar trades in. The only problem is we don't need them yet. Or I don't need them the way that I normally structure them. So one day we'll do some calendars, but I'm going to wait until I need a calendar. I don't need a calendar right now. So buying power is 18,925. Look at this, y'all. We keep doing, just improving, right? Don't want to take on too much risk. Never want to blow your account out. So we're at 37% buying power. What's the VIX at today, y'all? VIX between 15 and 20, 30% max, 20 to 30, 35% max. So we're really getting really, really close to where we need to be there. So let's go to our credit spreads tab. And I still got some work in here. It was a hectic weekend. I thought I was going to get my spreadsheet all caught up. I'm not there yet. So, but I do think there's something that I need to take in. Let's see, take off. This one's been in 32 days. This one's been in 31 days. 3,500, 3,490. Ought to give me a nice profit. Look at this. I love these. Look how far away out of the money those are. I mean, theoretically, you could let them churn a little more, couldn't you? But I've been reducing my buying power. So let's see, with 25 days left, the 3,500, 3,490. See what we can close that one out for. Oh, and the allergies, y'all, are still just killing me. I know I sound terrible. 3,490, 3,500. You know what I said? 3,500, 3,490. All right, so we will create a closing order at 10 cents. It's okay. Let's get out of that 10 cents. It won't let us, so probably have to go to 15. But we're going to try it. Just when I was bragging on my computer. If we can get out. Hey, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Collect my garbage. So we're out at 10 cents. Not used to having those things feel like that. Maybe if I gripe and moan enough. All right, so here we go. 10 cents on that one. And that should help my buying power another $1,000 or so. So let's get out of that one. And I can delete all this garbage. Delete, 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 delete. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Matt, I always like knowing what you did in the weekend. What'd you do? If Matt can talk today. See how much that cost me.
I strung a tennis racket last night. Saturday didn't do much. It was nasty weather.
Yeah, we had some nasty weather on Saturday too. And then I went to pick up some ducks in Gadsden around your area, and the darn guy wasn't at home. And I was like, don't tell me you want me to come the weekend to get ducks if you're not, be at home, dude. So then my kids were all disappointed because we didn't get the baby ducks, so.
What's going on in Gadsden?
It's
I
just
love Gadsden State.
Yeah, I love the city. I mean, if you ever get a chance, Ken, have you ever been to Nakalula Falls? That's a nice place in Gadsden. That'd be a great place to take the missus one day.
I've just driven through Alabama.
He was like, let's get out here before they stop us.
But I have a problem with Alabama the day that Bear Bryant left Kentucky to go to Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the problem's not with Alabama, problems with Bear Bryant, but he's dead.
Thank you, Kentucky.
What's that? What's that, Matt?
I said thank you. Thank you, Kentucky, for not wanting him.
No, they wanted him all right.
Have y'all heard the story that Nick Saban talks about his wife dating the guy who owned the filling station, the gas station? Oh my gosh, that'll make you roll. I need to pull that up sometime. Y'all would enjoy that. All right, so we close that out. So we're looking good, y'all. So let's go to our macros. And we've got our two problem macros, right? Our two problem macros are this one with 4 days left. But we have Jerome Powell speaking this week, right? I think Jay Powell speaks this weekend. That could easily go positive quick. I don't know if I'm going to close that one yet, but I am going to close. I'm going to keep on with my little system, and the system says that I need to close this one. So let's do it. 39.10 put at 32 days. 39.10. Let's close her, baby. 39.10. Yeah, I hated Nick Saban when he was at LSU. I know you did too, man. Oh, I just couldn't stand him. But now he's my boy. 39.10. Let's see. We'll do this sort. This is a good thing, right? Sort by your profit on your open. So here it is. 39. 39.60. Hold on. Let's see which one it's telling me to close. 39.10. 39.60 is a little bit less. Okay. So 39.10. The man can coach some football. Create closing order. 2075. Let's get it. Got it. Hump and let it go. There we are, out at 2075. So let's claim our profit. Why does that say 24? Oh my gosh, my spreadsheet's not even updating, is it? That's the problem. I had it open. I should have closed it. That's okay. So we'll got to make sure these things are updating. That's okay. That was next to the 2075, right? We'll claim the profit on it and be done with her. Oh, we even did better than we thought. Look at that, 103.31. So let's get out of it today, 26.21. All right, good. Now, the great thing is that I guess that was over 50%. I need to start looking better. The good thing is now we can do what we do best. What do we do best? We sell puts. First of all, I didn't even look and see what my stuff said. Was I delta neutral or am I too short? I'm just assuming that I was too short. All right, so let's make that green. Let's go back to our Greeks and ratios. Didn't even look over here, did I? Yeah, so we need 46 positive deltas, right? So let's go sell. What we do best is a micro where we're going close to 60 days without going over. I think based on the VIX, it's probably telling me 10%, but I'm going to spooch that up just a little bit, right? So let's go about a 15. Give me a little more positive delta. There's 15% probability of being in the money. 25, 3,800. It's not possible that the market could go down to 3,800, right? So we'll get 26 on that. Feel me, baby. There you go. There you go. All right, so that was at, and look, Thinkorswim does that. I'm sure I sold it in the right one. 53 days, 3,800. Yep, double check. Stupid pro. I don't know why it switches to that. 3,800. There she is. Yeah, 3,800 with 53 days. All right, so let's go put her in. This is riveting stuff, riveting entertainment, doing the same thing over and over every day. But this is what works, right? While everybody and their mama's chasing trades, you and I know what we're trading. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Well, what about, let's evaluate. No, we don't have to do that. We don't got to do any of that stuff. So Control V for Vaseline, which I need some for my face. And for some reason, it's not picking up the XCME. So you got to put that in. So then we'll go short put. Actual delta was 15. It recommends 10. That's okay. We're rebellious sometimes. 53 days out. Enter on 4/26/21. And what did I say? My 27, 27, 26. Dang it. 26. So we brought in $128. How does Daddy do it on a continual basis? He just does. All right. So we got that done. Now, let's see what our deltas are now. We started the day with 100 and what was it? Negative. We started the day with negative 123. Have we improved or have we regressed? Let's see. See what we've done. We have regressed, right? So we've closed a couple things. So, I could theoretically put on another, micro if I wanted to, but I kind of like where I'm at there, right? I'm almost delta neutral on that. Negative 125 there. I guess what I could do, because I got to close it anyway. Sometimes I could close. So let's do that. Let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's close one of those micros. Now it'll only leave me one on the board, right? So I got a couple of calls. Let's see. That one's got 25 days on it. I think I will close this one. I think I'll just eat it, right? I think I'll just eat that. 40.50. Now, one thing that while I was laying in the bedroom, sleeping over the weekend, one thing I started to say is, I probably don't need to let something go, this far against me in the future. I mean, it's fine. It's negative 443%. Remember, if you'll go to our Discord, I put something in the resources tab, a tasty trade study that says if something goes against us by about 50%, then you have a less than 50% chance of that recovering. Okay. So put that into our mindset. So let me say it again. If a trade goes against us 50%, so you've got a 50% loser, then you have a less than 50% chance of that trade coming back to be a winner. So I am sure I would have been much better closing all of my calls when they were at 50% losers, right? Because what we do is what? Number one, we sell premium. We do it with what? The odds in our favor, right? So we want the probabilities, the statistics in our favor. Then we manage risk and we rinse and repeat. So those are our 4 tenets of what you and I do. So it would make sense to say, well, to limit my risk and to manage my risk, maybe it would have been better to close out a 100% or a 50% loser rather than letting it go to a 443% loser. But I do think, since I do need delta adjustment, I think I'm going to just bite it and take it, right? Take it like a man. So this is the, now if I needed negative deltas, I'd roll it, right? I'd keep negative deltas, but I don't necessarily need it. So I'm just going to close the 40-50 with 4 days out. And the good thing is that just leaves me with, I think, 1 call. Yep. And she's got 25 days. But then, here I am. Maybe I should go ahead and close it because it's at a 466% loser. I'd have been much better off managing that at a 50% loser, right? So that's something that maybe, and if y'all help me on that, just kind of remind me, hey, Bob, remember that study you thought was so important that you only put the most important stuff, dude, into the resources tab, and you put it in there. And I did. And then you're not going to follow it. Okay, I got it. So y'all help keep me straight too, right? But it doesn't bother me just to close my 440.50. It'll work against us a little bit this week, but that's fine. We got an uphill battle for this week to make a profit now. But we're going to do it. Okay. Now watch Jay Powell speak and the market just, tanks. 40.50. Here she is. Create closing order. I don't want to fight you on no price. I just want to do what we do. 135. Unbelievable. Is that right? It just sounds bad, doesn't it? 135. So we're out at 135. Gosh. This thing not updating. No, that's going to be worse than what it was. Look, because our thing's not done. So it'll be a $600 loser or something. Let's say. Especially if what do we get filled at? 135? That's okay. We're taking a big loss here. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. 560.44. We'll take this out and we just suck it up, baby. Suck it up, Buttercup. So we're out of this one on 426.21. How's everybody's butterfly trades doing? Everybody good? I don't think I got any expiring today.
Doing all right. I got one on the edge right now, but it's moving more my way.
You got one expiring today too, probably, don't you, Ken?
I got one expiring today that it was in the money this morning a little bit. Now I'm under the tent, and that's not by design, but it's we'll see what happens as the day gets on.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't try to get under the tent. What I do is I aim at the expected move. I try to put the tent around the expected move, and it's just see what happens.
Right.
And but you got to be prepared to eat a little more easy, and also got to be prepared to manage it by adjusting. So you just got to be careful.
All right, y'all, look, by closing that, look what a great job that did. Now I'm negative 80. So let's go put that into the spreadsheet and see if we're now delta neutral or if it still says I need positive delta. There we go, negative 80. Am I neutral? Am I neutral? Do I need to do something else? Let's see. Come on, baby. What are we? Haha. I need 3 positive. So that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I am delta neutral. So why don't we go and need a little bit of positive delta? So let's do us another butterfly trade. Let's do that. So we've got a number of them in here. You can see the 1, 2, 1s, 1, 2, 1s. Nothing expiring today, I don't believe. We got some in 4, some in 7, some in 9, some in 11. I love it. Those trades are doing really, really good. So let's go and put on a little broken wing butterfly. Get us a little bit of positive deltas. All right. Come on, SPX. So, you know, what about, we don't have anything in this little 14-day range. So we've got them nicely positioned, 4, 7, 9, 11, you know, 10 days to 2 weeks out, or whatever your, you know, wherever you find your sweet spot. That's my sweet spot. So Ken, Tom, some of y'all are doing them in other expirations, you know, 3 days. That's fine. Just wherever you know, are comfortable putting them on. I'm comfortable about 2 weeks out. So we're saying that generally my short are at about what, 30 to 25 delta. So I'm in here. Huh? You can make it a little safer by going out here to the 25. So if we sold this one, we sold 2 of those. That's the 4,100. So selling the 4,100, then we could buy the 4,105. Hold your control key down, right? So we'll buy one of the 4,105, and then we'll go and buy 10 points below it. So 41 be the 4090. We would buy that one. Let's see what kind of credit we get. And that's the only thing that's crazy with these things, right? Is that, you know, look at that price moving around a little bit. Let's see if we could get 70 cents for it. I'd be proud with 70 cents. I'd rather have $1. Hey, I got filled. We got filled on that. Very, very nice. Okay. Now it makes me wish I'd gone in for like 80 cents, right? So now we've got one in the 14-day arena. And why don't we go to the Analyze tab? We hadn't done that in a while. And just evaluate that trade. I probably should have shown you before we did it, right? So we'll go Analyze. Y'all look, this is where I was showing my dissertation committee on Friday. They had like glassy eyes when I was showing them this. I was showing them, here's what happens if the VIX goes back to 80, then we're up $17,000. You know, I was doing all that. All right, so here we go. SPX. Now, so, oh man, SPX, come on. SPX. And go single symbol. Look at all that. Isn't that cool? I guess that's all my trades. Let's see if that all 8 series. Show all. Let's hide any simulations. Let's see. Hide simulations. See what this looks like. Yeah, I guess that is my, look at this. This is cool, right? So it shows you your, well, that's just one expiration. Let's show 4 expirations. See what this looks like. Wow, look at that, huh? I mean, we got little bad ears all over the place. Isn't that cool? So the good thing though, is I see that I'm seeing profits all the way from, you know, from way down here to 40.68, and I'm seeing profits all the way to what, 42.23 of some sort across all different kind of things. That is really, really cool. Now let's see. Which one did we just put on? Make sure we do just that. See what it did. 41.20. Let me hide position, see if anything's showing up as a simulation. There it is. Here's the one we just did, right? Yeah. Okay. So 4100, 4105, there it is. So let's see what this one looks like. So, when you're making your adjustments to your Greeks, and this is where you go, at current price, what does it do? Well, it's giving me a little bit of positive delta, right? And Gamma, I don't look at 203, best darn Boy Scout troop you'll ever see. Isn't that amazing how that number follows me around? Vega is just -6. And the buying power effect is $500. Now, keep in mind that I believe this 87 here is SPX delta, right? So, multiply that by 10 to get your actual SPY delta. I think that's the way it looks. So let's see what our deltas are now after putting that on. So we were -80 something. Yeah, see, so it's basically, multiply that by 10, that 0.8. So it's giving us about 8 positive deltas on that trade. So now we're much better. So now let's go -76 into our little dealio here, and that should just put us perfect. And that's so sweet, y'all, because what am I going to do the rest of my day? I'm going to go play with my roosters. I'm going to go milk the chickens. I'm going to pick up eggs. I'm going to talk dirty things about that guy who told me to come pick up ducks and then he wasn't home. Now I am. Look at that. No adjustment. No adjustment necessary, Bob. You are the stuff. Now, even if it did say it, I don't have to build Rome in a day, right? I don't have to build Rome in a day. I can, as long as it's just like what we're doing with our buying power. My buying power is getting a little bit better because I'm closing those Cameron Skinner trades, right? So I started the day at 18,925. Let's go back here. What are we at now? Now we're at 17,880. I'm taking $1,000 off every day, and I'll take another $1,000 off tomorrow. And what I'm about getting ready for is I'm getting ready for the best trade that I've had all year. And y'all know what that is, right? That is gold. Let's look at gold. Gold is the stuff. I'm getting ready. Let's just see how my gold trade would fit into my current portfolio. /GC. All right. How do I like playing gold? I like playing it very safe. I go out 150 days or thereabouts. And we go to about a 5% probability, because here's the cool thing, right? Watch how much credit going down to the 5% probability of being in the money is. Look how much credit you can pull in on this thing. Let's see, if I were just to do the put, then that brings in a credit of $337, right? Now what's this? You'll like this. Now let's go do the 5 delta on the call side. And this is where it gets really crazy. A 5 delta. 5 right here. So hold your control key down. So if you're going to do a strangle in here, look how much money you're bringing in, y'all. This is amazing. Almost $1,000 on a 5 delta. It only takes $2,900 of buying power. And what's the goal? Well, the goal is to bring in 964 and hold this for 30 days. All right, hold it for 30 days. So this is the 2175, 1455. Let me take a little snapshot of it because I want to show you what it looks like. Tom, I don't know if we've gone through this trade with you, and I spent too much buying power on the other stuff to be able to do this, but this is a sweet, sweet little trade. So let's go and move that off to the side. I say move it off to the side, dang it. All right, so then we would go, let's kind of see what that looks like. If you were to move that in 30 days, which would be right here, right, 122, and you take those same 1455, there it is. So we're moving in 30 days, just kind of see what it's valued at. And then we take the 2175. I'll say we take the 2175 right here. Right? So theoretically, you could buy that back in 30 days for 604. So you take in 964, you're able to take it off of 30 days at 604. So a $360 profit, in 30 days. And now that's assuming everything stays equal, right? I mean, it's the price doesn't move much. That's just, I'm trying to isolate and show you what the time decay would be over 30 days. So about 360, all things remaining equal, which oftentimes they sure don't. But that's a really, really nice little trade. And I'm getting close as we close those Cameron Skinner trades and start replacing those and the Rick trade with the broken wing butterflies that I've been doing daily for delta adjustments that don't take nearly as much buying power. Then I'll be able to lay some of these back on, right? So this is another campaign I intend to begin once we get my buying power back under control, which is not quite now. So that is that. So let's see if there's anything else in the account that we need to clean up. Our deltas are beautiful, our theta's beautiful, our vega's beautiful. Buying power is much better where it needs to be. Anything else here that's just shining out at me? See, and two, where's this unrealized loss coming from? It's coming from these, it's coming from our diagonals, right? The XSP, the Qs, Disney, Diamonds, IWM, and we're just chipping away at them on a daily basis to get those in line. So that all looks really, really, really good. So I'm really proud of this account. Now let's see. We may have enough time to whoop out the AIM account. So y'all just give me a second here. Let me close this out so it won't take so much time, and then we'll open AIM up. Save that. And let me open the AIM. I'm real proud of how the AIM account's going, and it'll be interesting to see too, because what I've done is, hold on, I gotta find something first. I've got to figure out on the AIM account, I wrote an algorithm the other day that tells me how much to be in cash, right? Now, do I have any idea if it's working? No, I have no idea. So I got to do that. So let's open up Tastyworks. Ken, what'd y'all do over the weekend?
I faded. Were you talking to me there, Bobby?
Yeah, I said, what'd you do over the weekend? Do you have anything fun?
Not really. We got rained out pretty heavily on Saturday. We were going to go see the Braves, but that didn't happen. So and Sunday, my wife's a preacher, so we can't go on Sunday games. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. We blew it, but we had fun. Had a barbecue.
Hey, speaking of the Braves, I heard that they had a doubleheader and they scored the least amount of runs ever in the history of baseball for a doubleheader.
0. They've complete shutout.
How embarrassing
game
is
was a
that?
no-hitter.
How embarrassing is that?
I know. I wore a paper bag over my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the matter with them. They ain't got it together yet.
All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get all this opened up. I'm a little slow. All right. We'll open this up, work on AIM. Who else running AIM? Anybody yet?
Yeah, I got it in my wife's IRA going.
Cool.
It's,
You know, I started it in
I haven't
my,
got a single sale.
really?
Yeah, nothing has. Well, I take that back. AGQ triggered a sale, but I had 100 shares to start off with, so I
Mhm.
wrote a call on it that's expiring in a Friday. So I said, is it worth it for me to buy it back? And blah blah blah. It wasn't. So that one came and went. But by and large, everything's in the green, and it just hasn't quite hit the threshold yet.
And what all are you holding in that one,
So I'm
Ken?
pleased with it.
What are you holding in that one?
Let me get. Right now, it's kind of small. It's still experimental, but I got. Where in the heck am I? Sorry. Okay, I got Marathon Oil, Ford Motor Company, AGQ, TLT, and I have I have a little bit of Ox, even though that's my cash proxy, and SSO. Okay, SSO was uh, a good one. You know, that was the best performer. But you know, in a bull market, all boats float. Or yeah,
Yeah, that's what I found out about the one that I've got set up here, right? You know, everything was going green. And I haven't been using the Lacello recommendations here. You see, it's telling me to buy some shares here and sell a share there. I've been basically doing my hot hand analysis. So there are two different things I found out. You know, I was sitting there going, well, we'll run both. I don't think you really can. So here's the simple of the two, right? Run the Lacello off the AIM dashboard. It'll tell you when to buy and it'll tell you when to sell. Let's update the net lick on this one. Did I update?
yeah, I'm doing it classically too.
Yeah. 423. Yeah, you know, I still need to update the net lick from 423. Well, I guess I could skip to 423, just start it today again. So let's go 426, 26, 21. Let's see what our net lick is on this little account. It is 37, 535, 31. 37, 535, 31. 37, 535, 37, 535. What was it? 31? Something like that. So it's up $534 today. Actual return negative. What is wrong with that? Jeez Louise, that is not right. We're up big. How can that be?
That house looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't it, baby?
I have a big door now.
They got a big door now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful flower. Look at the little flowers you brought me. Isn't that gorgeous? Where'd you find those? In our yard? From Nana's house? That's my mama, y'all. All right, so we're up 7.24% in that account. We're outdoing the S&P 500 so far. And let's just see what everything is doing over here. So I've got this, you know, all fixed up to where we can do it. Now, here's what I added to it. I'm always tinkering, y'all. And I wouldn't even say I'm going to give this to y'all yet unless you want it. But what I did is I built in a thing that tells me how much cash. You remember before I was saying, how much do I want in stocks? And I would actually do this, right? So I would say I want 90% in stocks, the rest of it in cash, right? So now I put a formula in. I couldn't even tell you what it means. But it's an algorithm that now will tell me how much I should be in cash and how much I should be in stocks. So let's just kind of look at the allocation and what it's saying. So basically, right now, I think I'm at okay 88% stock, and I'm in 12% cash, right? So the last time that I did this, it says, "Hey, buddy, you need to go to 71% stock." Right? You only need to be 12. Now, I need to update that today. I'm not sure that we'll have time to do that today, but maybe I'll spend more time on this portfolio tomorrow. But it's kind of cool because it now takes the performance of SPY into account. Let's see. So whereas I was just entering this data for all these different stocks and not doing it for SPY, now I'm actually entering it into SPY as well. So I drew the big green monster on SPY, and based on the performance of SPY, it's telling us how much should be in cash and how much should be in stock. So right now it's saying, hey, you're 88%, but you need to be down to 71%. So who knows? I mean, all I know is that thing right now is kicking the crap out of the S&P 500, right? Let's look at the last chart I had, which I need to update it to. Let's see. Here's what it's doing. SPY dashboard. So here's the way this little thing is doing, right? We start out the same with S&P 500. Green is the account, right? And the orange line is the performance of the S&P 500. So it in good times, it really outperforms, when the market's up, and then it brings us back to reality. We get closer to the S&P 500. And then when it goes up, we really outperform it, and then it brings us down a little bit. But what I think is neat is, what does the market most of the time do? It's up, right? So during those times, it really outperforms it. So if we can find a way that will give us a signal of when to go to more cash, then we can avoid. Here's what I'm trying to do, is to smooth it out, right? I would like the returns. You see, that's not smooth, right? Whereas that's not smooth. This is smoother over here. So we want to kind of mellow this out a little bit, right? If I could find something that would give me a trigger to go more into cash before the thing happens. And I think we have something that will tell us that. If we look at the S&P 500 performance, how's it doing? Is it above, below? It's 20, 50, 200 moving average. We look at the linear regression on it, and I think the big green monster gives us a big tail, right? That's why I've allocated 15% to the big green monster, 15% to the 200 simple moving average. So who knows if this works? This is something I'll work on today after we get finished, and we may spend more time in this tomorrow. But remember, this one is work, right? This is work. I create work for you. I don't want to create work for you. So if you sit there and go, God, Bobby, I don't want to do all this garbage, enter in all this stuff to figure out how, I got you. Don't do it. What I would do is do like Ken's doing, run it from this. This one automatically tells you what to do, right? You just update your Netlick every day, and it'll tell you what to do. And then you just keep your things constant. So here's, right now we've got most of our capital allocated into the mid caps, right? Then we've got the second most entered into UPRO, which is the S&P 500. And we're, about tied on silver. We're tied on the Dow. And then we've got a little bit here in the NASDAQ. And the least amount of money in junk and ERDI, which I don't even remember what that is. All right. So kind of cool to see how this, how this thing is doing. But so far, and it's early, right? It's early, and we're just kind of testing with this. We are outperforming the S&P 500. Will we continue to? Well, we'll see. Or will it totally blow up? All right. All right. Anyone got a question on anything, any trades that y'all are looking at, any management questions, anything? Now is your chance